So we do this thing called a hot seat, which is basically where clients get a chance to come up with their core problem in their business, and they've got about 5 minutes where they'll ask that question to the mastermind or the community that is in that room at that time. Myself and other students will jump in and answer the question and brainstorm with them. That's called a hot seat. In this video, I'm gonna go for the top 10 questions clients asked us at our recent in-person event with video agency owners here in Australia. Alex is on the other end of this camera. He's gonna ask me the questions and we're gonna answer them.
Okay. Question 1 says, what can I implement in my own business that holds me accountable?
Really good question. So I think I remember this being from Frankie who asked this question. When it comes to building more accountability in your business, like there's a few different ways. So a lot of people use productivity tools, they use Notion, they use calendars, they use all these kind of tools. I'm a big believer in like accountability comes from two things. Number one is you can get a coach or a mentor who can help you. That can keep you accountable. Or, maybe it's in a community, or maybe it's having an accountability partner. That's one way you can do it. I like to build resilience in your own personal life to build accountability. And a really good way of doing this to make yourself more accountable is have goals that pull you. So I call this pulling motivation. Instead of like trying to push yourself to do something, like trying to push yourself to grow your business, have a goal that's pulling you out of bed. So instead of trying to get to 50K per month, and that's what you're trying to keep accountable to that, it might be, why do you need the 50K per month? What's the goal beneath that? What's the thing that's pulling you out of bed? And the more you can tap into that, you can be more accountable to yourself. Now, I know that's hard for some people, and that's why a lot of people come to us to join a coaching program and be in a mastermind, because they do have that buddy system that we install with them. Obviously, myself and the team keep them accountable. But I like to look at a two-step approach is have a community and people around you, but also start to build some goals that pull you to do things that you want to do instead of trying to push yourself to do it. Did you turn the mic on?
Yeah. It's red.
Okay. I don't trust it. I don't trust it, bro. I can't see the red. I don't know what's on.
Question 2 says, what should my base retainer include?
What should my base retainer include? It's a really good question. And I remember when one of our clients asked this, whenever they do this, it's usually coming from a place of like, what do I put in my package that is enough value to the customer where they're going to pay 2, 3, 5K plus per month on a monthly basis. The way I look at value is not about how many pieces of content or what you should put in it. It's about the problem you're solving. So the first step in any retainer is, number one, know who you want to work with, what problem they have, and how do you solve that problem on a consistent basis. Starting with that is then when you can start to build your base retainer. Whenever you look at a retainer, it should have that element. And a really simple system that we teach our clients inside a mastermind, there's a 3-pillar approach. There's strategy, there is content, obviously what you produce for them, production, and then there's like activation. These are 3 pillars. Under that is strategies. You need to help your client know what their messaging is, what their dream avatar is, their core offer that they're selling. Production. What videos assets are you creating for them? Short form, long form? What are the hero assets you're creating for them? Is it brand stories? Is it case study videos? And then activation, which is organic marketing, paid marketing, and conversion pathways. These are some things you can do for clients. Again, this might be a little bit more advanced for you right now. We have a ton of content on a YouTube channel going in depth about those things, but a base retainer should be solving problems. That's the simplest way to explain it. And if you have 3 pillars, you should have strategy part of it, obviously making videos for them, and then posting or managing those videos to get more attention to them. Those are the 3 things that should be in it. That's a simple way to look at it.
Question 3 says, how do I structure my own ads? I have an okay time with clients, but doing my own ads takes me too much time.
Really good question. I can't remember exactly who it was at our event that asked this question, but the question at the time was around, from my perception, they wanted to know how to run ads for themselves. And this is one of the biggest issues I see with video agency owners is they're really good at doing marketing and content for their clients, but when it comes to marketing their own business, they really struggle. And the reason why they struggle, and you might be able to relate to this, is you are so stuck in your business, you look at it through a lens of we sell video, and you try to sell video. Your customers, when it comes to ads, the people who are viewing your ads, they're not buying video. They're buying the problem that video solves. They're buying the outcomes that video helps them achieve. And whenever we look at like a messaging in an ad, you must be moving away from some sort of problem that they have towards an outcome they want to achieve. And the way we look at it is like, I like to use this analogy like being a lighthouse. Your ad is like a lighthouse to a ship, where you're putting the light out into the market or out into the ocean, and your dream customers out there, they're in a storm right now and they have a problem and they want to get to shore. They want to get to your shore, or where your lighthouse is directing them to. So your messaging needs to be directing that person out of the storm to where they want to go, which is their dream destination. So when it comes to ads that convert, Facebook, Instagram, Meta ads, like Google ads, YouTube ads, it doesn't matter which platform you use. It's the messaging that matters most. Knowing what storm your customer's in, what problem they have, and what destination they want to go to. Video is the vehicle. That is the solution to help them get what they want.
Question 4 says, what does a 3 or 12-month content package look like when you're switching to a higher ticket client?
So when you're switching to more of a 3 to 12 month, either retainer or like high ticket clients, it's a common question I get asked. And this is where, it's similar to another question we just answered. It's the wrong question to ask. And it's the simplest way to say is like, what should I put in my package? Is like, well, you don't know what problem you're solving first. Like, start with understanding the problem you're solving for your client, and that helps dictate what you put in the package. And this is a very common problem I see for video agency owners is they look at someone else who's doing 30 videos. They go, I should put 30 videos in my package because that's like more valuable. You don't need to do 30 videos in most cases. Most businesses don't even need that on a consistent basis. Like, they don't need a post per day. It depends on the problem. If they're a bigger business and they want to build a brand, and there's like, depending on their goals and their aspirations, that's what determines what goes in the package. So to answer the question simply, you've got to know who you want to work with and what problem they have, and that dictates what you put in the package. That also dictates the price, and the outcome you help them deliver also dictates the price. The more valuable you become as a service provider to your customers is the more you can charge. Stop thinking about what you should put in your package. Think about how you can provide more value and solve better problems. That's the simplest way to answer that.
Question 5. Now that I'm working with multiple clients, what are some strategies I can use to be more efficient in my video delivery?
So this is a very common question I get asked, is like, it's a good problem we love to solve. We love to solve the first problem. Is like, if you don't have clients right now, getting clients is one of the hardest things, in the early days when you have no brand, you have no expertise. But as soon as you get clients, suddenly like you're full and you're busy. And you go from like wishing you had clients to like, man, I'm dreading having clients because I've got so much work to do. And this is where a delivery issue comes into place. And where I see most delivery issues are actually, in someone's business, is it's the freelance mindset that the video agency owner still has. And usually it's between the 10 and 20K month mark, where they're afraid to hire someone to take over the delivery for them because they want to have quality control. When you're looking to scale any business, you can't do it by yourself. You need team. So investing in team and getting an editor on board, getting another videographer on board, and paying them what they are worth and increasing the amount of workload that they take on is how you solve a delivery issue. But also, the caveat to that is keep closing clients. Don't stop closing clients for like 10 months because you're trying to fix your delivery issue. I've seen clients do this and then end up being in a deeper hole financially where they're not in a good spot because they switch to delivery and they get stuck in it for 6 to 12 months. You need to keep the momentum going in your paid marketing or your getting clients marketing, and fix the delivery issue as it's coming up. Don't try and solve a delivery issue unless you have the delivery issue. This is the biggest mistake video businesses make. They try to solve a delivery issue when they have actually a cash generating issue. So solve that problem first. Delivery is literally just, you need to get team on place. We're halfway through doing an interview series. I got to switch to the other side now. So we're going to finish answering the questions on the other side. Alrighty, no. Huh? Is this okay? I'm gonna be back here, bro. Is this fine? We have just moved our set. We've just finished filming our second part of this. Lighting's a little bit different. I actually prefer the other angle for lighting.
Question 6. Do you have any processes or systems that you use to life hack some extra efficiency into your videos?
This question's an interesting one. Can I have a clarification on that? What do you think the question is? This is a question I've got asked at our event, but what do you think the question is?
Any specific little tiny things you do to make things a bit faster?
The first thing is get someone else to edit videos for you. That's the first thing. Me and Alex always talk about this when we're jamming out, because obviously having run my own video businesses and then doing content like this, things need to be efficient and things need to be done in a certain period of time. So for me, like when it comes to content specifically, using the most efficient way to film and edit is what I always aim for. Like if there's a faster way, let's do it. An example is even just filming, like long form content. For most of my YouTube content, we use a program called OBS, and I'm also filming short form content at the same time. And it's all edited, filmed through OBS. Don't need to color grade it, it's already done. So when it comes to filming client content, I've always recommended this to clients, is like find a more efficient way to film that you can save on post editing. If you're a full-time filmmaker, cinematographer, and you need to have post editing perfectly because you do all this color grading, fancy stuff, cool. Just be aware that's going to add factors in. But if you're working with like local businesses, like shooting a Rec 709 and simple color grading like is all you need. And this is where, again, we use a thing like OBS, speeds our workflow up. Things like Descript, which is another program we use, cuts down long form content into short form content. That way we can produce more content. And yeah, there's some efficient things we use.
Question 7 asks, how do you find and vet shooters to make sure that they are A+?
This is a really good question. When it comes to hiring team, something that I'm a big believer on is you attract what you put out. If you want to attract high quality team members, it comes to what you put out in terms of your branding. Are you a brand that people want to work with? Are you a video production company that people are like, man, I really want to work with? It's hard to attract talent if you're not talented yourself, right? That's the first thing. And when I say not talented yourself, you've got to put yourself out there. You've got to put your business out there for other videographers or people who are coming up to want to work for or to aspire to work for. When it comes to A players are also not looking for a contractor role. A players are looking for a full-time paid role, and they're looking to get paid that worthy role. So when you're looking to hire an A player, going out there and saying you want a contractor or you're going to test them out, like you need to change your job role approach. You need to change it more. Hey, we've got a full-time, production manager we're going to be hiring. This is the salary and this is what it is. And most clients that I coach over the years, when they take this advice, they find an A player a lot quicker when they actually put a job role out for an A player. Don't try and take a C player to an A player. If you want an A player, go hire an A player. If you want a C player, just know there's risk within that.
Question 8. What were some of the first systems that you ever implemented that had a massive impact on your business?
This is a really good question. And the first thing that comes to mind is from one of my very first coaches, mentors, was implementing a calendar system. I know as simple it is, using Google Calendar changed my life. And I went from being chaotic to having structure and having processes around my time that I knew what I was doing for the week. And this is actually one of the first things we tell our clients to do. Pre-schedule your week. Like this today, how we're filming this is a filming day every single week. It's not like, oh, Alex, let's film now. It's like, we already know we have a filming day booked in for a Thursday. So using a Google Calendar was one of the first things I did, and is one of the most effective ways to structure your business and your life.
Hold on, is your answer Google Calendar?
That's
so cool.
Yeah, Google Calendar, dude, it's the best, as I use it for everything. It's how I start my day.
Question 9. What refinement or shift should I make in my offer so that I feel more premium for some luxury brands?
I think I remember who asked this question. Stefan definitely asked this. Stefan, if you're watching this, awesome dude, good question. I hear this a lot from clients. They want to attract premium brands. If you want to attract premium brands, I always use this analogy of think like Rolex and think like premium brands. So Rolex, if you don't know, how they actually market their business is they don't have a website where you can go and buy a watch. For you to buy a watch, you have to join a wait list. And that wait list is, months in advance before you even get an opportunity to buy a Rolex. And what this does is it creates this supply and demand kind of brand where it's exclusivity. And this is why Rolex sells really expensive watches, and they sell out when when someone has access to off the wait list, they sell out. And this is where, if you want to be that type of premium brand, you've got to be selective of who you work with. So it's actually saying no to a lot of businesses and putting a wait list in your website. Hey, apply to work with us, right? Join our wait list to join our next intake of work clients. talk about it. So in your marketing, you should be saying, hey, we only have 3 more spots for this month to work with premium brands. Tell people you only work with premium brands. Stop bringing on the cheaper clients. And there's a season you go through, but that's the starting point.
And final question, what are some strategies to build trust and increase conversions, especially during rough patches with sales?
The fastest way to make a conversion is to... That's a really good question. If you're going through a rough patch, the fastest way to make a conversion or get a sale is to stop trying to sell. And this sounds crazy, but to keep it short, a couple of years ago, there was a point where I was struggling with sales. This is about maybe 6-7 years ago. And not to go into the full story, basically I had $0 in my bank account. I was struggling to sell, and I'd been doing sales and made, over $500,000 at that time. And, on paper it looked good, but I was struggling with sales, and I was struggling because I didn't believe in my product. I wasn't feeling worthy that it was good enough. So I did this random strategy, which sounds crazy, is I started doing free work. Now, when I say free work, I chose the clients I did free work for. So I did a free video in exchange for testimonial because I want to get more results, more case studies. Every single person I gave away a free video for either referred me a client or signed up to my recurring revenue product afterwards. So if you are in the dull spot and you don't have money for for ads, you don't have any audience right now, start with free work. Doesn't mean it has always to lead to sale, but it is the starting point. Like, get a conversation started. If you build trust with someone, people are more likely to do business with you, because trust is the biggest issue in sales. If someone doesn't know you, like you, or trust you, they're not going to do business with you. It doesn't matter how good your product is. If they don't trust you, they won't do business with you. So flip the coin, do something for free, ask for a testimonial in exchange, and that's how you build trust. Okay, that's it for this video. If you got value from this video, I'd love to know in the comments down below. If you'd like us to see do more videos like this, doing a breakdown of questions that are from real video agency owners from our in-person events or for any of our coaching calls, we'd love to know. We want to answer the questions, give you the answers so you guys can learn along the way. Hope you got value, and then I'll see you in the next one.